Okay, people, so manga fans are being weird again, in particular the My Hero Academia fandom, after some spoilers have surfaced regarding the upcoming chapter 364. Now, I am going to mention spoilers, so maybe you might not want to hear this, but it's trending everywhere on Twitter right now, absolutely inescapable, and yeah, fans are getting a little weird again. Now, I've been covering stories like this for years upon years in manga fandom, so it's not necessarily nothing new, but at the same time the behavior is still always very strange and straight up backwards to me. I'll just say that, because going back to the days of the Bleach manga, the Naruto manga, whatever reason, and I don't understand it, the logic behind it, but for whatever reason, when manga fans don't get their way per se, or when things go in a certain direction that they don't like, they feel like it's some sort of retaliation against the author by burning their own merchandise that they spent their money on to obtain. I seen it at the end of Bleach when the pairings didn't go in a certain way. Fans were burning, and I use fans very loosely, but fans were burning Bleach manga. Same thing happened with Naruto and the pairings, which for whatever reason, why do pairings bring that out? But this is a little bit of a different situation, because I seen it was mainly one fan, but then also at the same time everybody's just dogpiling, going in an outrage over the latest spoilers with My Hero Academia. Again, you've been warned. I'm about to say what happens in 3, 2, 1. Make some noise! Bakugo is indeed not dead. Pretty much like I said from the literal moment that I read the chapter, and I even tweeted out, hey guys, that's not gonna happen. Bakugo is #1 most popular My Hero Academia character year after year. He's one of the main characters. He's pretty much the Vegeta, the Yuno. He's pretty much, you know what I'm saying, the rival of the series, the Sasuke. They're not going to get rid of him. They're not going to kill him off. So when that initially occurred in 363, I was like, yeah, you ain't going to catch me with this one. I'm not going to fall for it for a second. But apparently some fans thought so, and they're in an absolute outrage, because in 364, yeah, Bakugo's coming back, boy. But I think there's even more of a nuanced situation with this one, because while there's rage over that alone, there's also some people that are mad because of the particulars. They're not necessarily only mad that Bakugo's coming back, which again, you shouldn't be mad about that at all. If you bought into that idea, either one, you're new to manga, you don't realize that, hey, there's certain things that they're just not going to do because it will tank the popularity of the series. Like, make no mistake about it, you kill off Bakugo, you just killed off a good chunk, maybe even half of the fandom of My Hero Academia. So if you really are falling for the idea, the fake out, so to speak, you're kind of just fooling yourself. Like, there's certain characters that can die. Like All Might, I feel like, especially now, considering like what he was, the mascot of the series, he hasn't been for a long time. I think it's safe that they could kill off All Might if they wanted to. It would probably get a little people in their feelings, but for the most part, it probably would be okay for the most part to have it, you know, pull the trigger, so to speak. But certain characters you're not going to be able to kill. But the detail in it, from my understanding based off the spoilers, is that Edge Shot, who is not really all that relevant of a character in My Hero Academia, is the one that is going to basically live on as Bakugo's heart, and he's using his quirk or whatnot. And a lot of people are just like, out of everything in the world, that's how you bring him back, what the heck? And I ain't gonna lie, it's not the greatest in the world. Forget the subversion of like, you thought, hey, you know, maybe he might die. For that, I'm not gonna be upset at all. I'm gonna just be honest with you, because I expected nothing less than, hey, he's still alive. It's Bakugo. It's the Sasuke of the series. They're not gonna kill him, at the very least not in this. Maybe in a spin-off in the future. No. But I understand to a certain degree, yeah, some frustration of, there was a lot of ways you could have played that one. You know what I'm saying? Some character that maybe you built up to have this type of moment or a bond, or maybe somebody who was close to, maybe if it was Best Genius or something like that, I could have seen maybe in that realm people being more acceptable of it, myself included. But because of the nature of it, again, I don't have all the details, I just saw brief spoilers and some panels and whatnot, that's where it becomes problematic. But by no freaking means, and it's ridiculous that we're in 2022, and with all of our, you know, fandom predecessors, so to speak, we haven't learned anything of, you look like a clown doing that. You look like an absolute clown burning a manga because a chapter didn't go your way. One, you're burning your own money. At the end of the day, Horikoshi, he keeps that money from that volume sale. Shueisha, they keep that money. Shonen Jump, they keep that money. The people that license it over here in the West, Viz Media, guess what? They keep that money. So essentially, you're just hurting your own pockets, and if anything, you're giving more publicity to the series, because now some people are going to be like, ooh, I fell off of My Hero Academia. What is the whole stir about? Why are people burning volumes? Let me go get back into it. So you're kind of doing, if anything, the most ass backwards in a way, because like I said, burning your own money and bringing more publicity to the series. You're going to bring more people to read it. You're not doing what you think you're doing, because on top of that, even people that are rational, that are upset about the return, they're not going to go as far to be championing, yeah, burn that shit, boy, burn it to the ground. Like, dog, it's a chapter. It would have to be some extreme circumstances, like the author committed some heinous stuff for me to be like, yeah, maybe. I don't know if I'm going to burn them. Probably just throw them in the trash. But, dog, it's just clown shit. And it's, like, tiring that. Is this always going to happen with anime fans and manga fans? Where it's like, a chapter didn't go my way. Time to go crazy and do the unthinkable. Like, come on. Like, if you really thought Shonen Jump was going to allow, like, not even just Horikoshi himself. If you really think the publishing company is going to allow Horikoshi to burn a big piece of its fandom off, you're fooling yourself. Maybe in other series they can get it done. Something like a Chainsaw Man type of series where things is like off rip, showing you that, no, this is not the typical shonen manga that you're used to. You could expect that. In fact, if it's side characters or characters that aren't that integral, like a Midnight or something like that, you can expect that. But if you're going crazy over a revival to go to these lengths, it's like, have we not learned anything throughout all this time? Knock it off, because you're looking like Bozo. You're looking like Boo Boo the Fool, dog. But above all else, you're helping Horikoshi. You gave him your money. You're giving publicity. You're making people more anxious to read what the hell happened. And it's just silly. Like, dog, okay, it might be bad writing. It might not actually be the greatest explanation of how it happens, but this is the type of stuff that makes people feel a certain way about saying, I'm an anime fan, I'm a manga fan, because you have those shining examples of people that do stupid shit. It's like, yo, people don't want to be associated with clown stuff like that, because the average person, dog, if you're a dude, the average woman is going to look at you like, oh, you're a loser, huh? My Hero Academia in the fire pits right now. People are very outraged over 364. Of course, in the main show on Sunday, Winner Take All, we'll be covering the chapter in its extensive detail, because it absolutely deserves, and we gotta unearth everything about what's happening with Bakugo's revival. But as it stands, yeah, I was pretty much dead on right from the moment I read it, and I'm sure a lot of you guys were too, that they're not going to kill off one of the main characters, and on top of that, the most popular character of a Shonen Jump title. Like, this isn't Chainsaw Man, this isn't, you know what I'm saying, this isn't Berserk, this isn't... But let me know what you guys think, I guess. If you've seen the spoilers, if you watched through and heard me tell you the spoilers, how do you feel about the revival? How do you feel about it being Edge Shot? That is the person that allows Bakugo to return from the dead, so to speak. And your expectations for this. Again, I see some other stuff from the chapter, so it doesn't even sound like it's all entirely a bad chapter. It seems like a certain situation in the chapter that does involve a main character, an important character, is kind of poorly written, but the rest of the chapter kind of looks fire, so I don't know. I'm not going to be all miserable and negative because something is kind of a flaw in a series that was never perfect anyway. My Hero Academia, as much as I love it, as much as I will scream to the heavens and earth, Shigaraki is the man, I rock with Endeavor, all of that good stuff. Let's stop kidding ourselves. My Hero Academia was never the type of series that was dropping bodies left and right anyways. That's been already an integral part. And you could argue, hey, it's a fake out, a la like a fairy tale or something like that. I'd say you probably have some validity to feeling that way. But if you're burning books, you're a bozo, you're an idiot, and why? You think you're gonna get bitches like that, dog? That's all I have for this one. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga, and don't fucking burn your manga for life, boy. Have an awesome day. Subscribe and hit that bell to get notified. All of that good stuff.
I have a dream, alone in my room as I sit with the tea. Couldn't possibly think what I often see, and you don't even know how I often blink. Lights be flashing and looking at me, such a odd, unique, yet I'm so unique, and you're looking at me. If the walls could talk, they would probably repeat, and I'd probably say, bitch, get the fuck off me.